Good morning and welcome back to Canley, the Victorian Croquet Centre, where we're watching a husband and wife semi-final between Trevor Bassett and Claire Bassett. Trevor is playing blue and black. Claire is playing red and yellow. Trevor has got into play after Claire broke down, and having run her first night, and he's just run, I think, hoop 2 with his black ball. Peter, introducing Pete Landreeb.
Good morning, Kate.
Expert. And I can tell you, Peter, that I was talking to Claire just before this semi-final started, and she said she didn't think that she'd played a game against Trevor since the times of the Worley Centre, which would be in 2003. So that's a very long time.
They do have a court at home. Yeah.
They have a court at home, but they use it to practice. So
yes, it's I mean, in croquet, there's a lot of family partnerships and such like, and you do get the matchups quite often. This one's slightly more unusual that it's not a block. Usually, it's a block play game, or the result may not hinge on one person going home, kind of thing, as the loser. So it's got a little bit more sting to it because it's a spot in the final. So I expect that it'll mean nothing while they're out there on the court whatsoever. They'll be just trying to play at their best. A good tactical battle here with Claire having the first 9. It looks like she put a second ball round to hoop 6. The scoreboard might not be quite correct. And Trevor's obviously got in from that era. Yeah. So he had the option of possibly peeling Claire out, or for Trevor's approach, which he described in the commentary yesterday, he'd prefer to concentrate on the lead, make the break a 9, and say to Claire, I don't think you can triple from hoop 6 if you do hit him. So he'd get another shot himself. So, and besides Trevor's good skills at making a tight break, it's his leads that are his best asset. And that's tricky. It looks like he's just gone on the wrong side of the yellow ball there at hoop 6, but he's got enough of it to hit. But he'd be a bit worried as that black was rolling up towards there. He is peeling out Claire. He's obviously peeled yellow through 4 back earlier on in this break, so he's got a standard TPO coming up. And you couldn't ask for much more as a live streaming with commentary at this stage.
So tell us what a TPO is, Peter.
So Claire's got herself around a 4 back very early in the match, and Trevor's might have missed the lift because Claire had a second break going by the look of that red clip that's on hoop 6, which means Claire's playing well, and she's obviously hitting and making breaks, and the lawn's maybe a little bit more holding. It's on lawn 3, it's not lawn 1 or 2. So Trevor's thinking, I need to do a little bit more than just making a break because Claire's likely to hit in and could possibly snatch the match from me. So he's more or less forced into getting Claire down to 1 ball. That means he has to peel Claire through 4 back Penultimate Rover, which is the same as a triple, but it's got a little bit more edge to it because any breakdown is lethal because you're promoting your opponent's ball, towards the peg. So it's crucial that he gets this every shot on the money and gets Claire to the peg and pegs her out. So Claire's left with only the 1 ball, and it's not a.
So
it's not a. Sorry, Claire. Okay.
I think the pegs are not showing clips. The clips are showing us that what he's just done. He's just run 2 back. I think he's got 8 with his black ball.
Yeah.
And he's going to 3 back. Is he not? He's just run.
Yes, he is run, but he also needs to.
He's trying to
No,
run. Now
he's
he's putting yellow in a position where he can peel it through Rover.
through
So he's
Rover.
aiming to.
Yes.
So that's the red hoop. So yellow has already gone through 11 because he's put it through 11. He's aiming to get
And
it off the
10 by the
lawn,
look
so
of
he
it,
will have
yes.
2. Yeah. So
Yes,
there it
correct.
goes,
Yes.
not quite into the hoop. And he's now going to go over to hoop 8, 9.
Correct.
Hoop 9.
Yes.
He's going to hoop 9.
Hoop 9. Free back for association players. Just going back a bit there, Kate, that's significant that Trevor wasn't able to get that peel or jaws at least. The difference between a TPO and a TP for players wanting to experiment with TPOs. Oh, that's a tough little hoop. Let the camera work, do the concentration it requires here. We'll come back to the commentary in a sec. Oh, nicely coasted through. If you are ending up peeling Rover at Rover on a TPO, and Rover at Rover is absolutely fine on a normal triple on your own ball because it's little danger and you can peg out, but it compromises your leave, contact leave that you're going to be given clear if you end up peeling Rover at Rover. So a player like Trevor is aware of that, and that's why he's pushed to get this TPO standard rather than delayed. And so he wouldn't have been happy with that yellow ending up there. It means he's got a little bit of work to do to finish his turn off and a couple of good shots when he gets to Rover to be able to set the perfect contact leave. And
so now black is
taking off up to the red ball, and he's trying to keep that yellow as close as he can and straight as he can in front of Rover, so it makes the peeling easier when he comes back down. Yeah, and yellow's in a good spot. A nice tidy shot to the red. If players have been playing around with doing some triples and been getting triples out, and then the next step of progression is understanding the TPOs and why TPOs are got a little bit more to them than triples, and when you use them and how often you should be TPOing opponents and such like. It's a long task to get all the tactics of TPOing, but this is the absolutely perfect time to be able to watch this video or even come back to the video and see what Trevor's up to and what the consequences will be. Hopefully, Claire, hopefully that Trevor can finish this turn and give us a 2v1 matchup.
hopefully from Trevor's point of view.
Yes, maybe not. And a shout out to our other co-commentator normally, Gareth Denyer, who absolutely loves 2v1s, and he'll be very, very sad to be playing golf croquet while the 2v1 live is happening. I'll have to give him a message to make sure he watches this tonight.
So a 2v1 being when the opponent's ball has been pegged out and you're left with your 2 balls on the court, and so you have the freedom to put your balls together a long way away from theirs. They have to keep on shooting at you, and when they miss their ball, they don't want their ball to be anywhere near your balls, of course, so they don't have a partner to play off. Big advantage to the owner of the 2 balls. The reason why beginners are told don't peg your ball out when you've got to the peg. Keep it there for your other ball to play with.
Yeah, so Trevor is giving away a contact on this turn. So Claire gets a bit of a free turn with the free balls, but Trevor hopefully will have them in a position where it's very difficult for Claire to get a break going from hoop 6.
So why has he given away a contact? What's going on there? Why has he given away
because he's making 1 back and 4 back in the same turn, and it's his first break.
Right. So this is well underway, this semi-final. It looked as if Claire was in the ascendancy, but now it's looking very much as if Trevor is putting her in a very difficult position. The other semi-final will be between Robert Fletcher, who is undefeated and has come first in the the other block, and Lachlan Berryman, who was defeated by Trevor Bassett first thing this morning and beat the others in his block apart from Trevor. So they'll be starting on court 2 directly. The game, the final round game there is over. And we're thinking that we may well be ending up with a best of 3 final, which will be very exciting. But that depends on the time available.
Yes, well, Robert's been getting through his matches quite quick by the look of the last 3 results, so there's a good chance we do.
So that's the final peel. And as you said, an Irish peel on hoop 12.
He's now relying on rushing this blue very accurately, so he can get it towards the corner, and he's missed it.
And he's completely missed.
Missed it.
And he's given away the contact.
Not
that
4 balls
she will necessarily
all
want
4
it because
balls
she made
of use.
the rush. Oh dear. And he hasn't
well,
she'll
she'll be able to take contact from this black ball. No, it's sorry to say for Trevor, yes. That's a disaster. So the red
Claire
ball will be going to the black ball, and she'll throw that up to 1 back, going to the blue and the yellow, and trying to get the best rush she can to hoop 6. It's a shame because it was a great turn by the look of that. Everything was tight, and 1 stray rush. It didn't quite connect.
Is she going to take the lift? No.
She'll take the contact.
She prefers the rush. No, she's not.
Well, I wonder why I don't. Have I mistaken it? Is that black clip on?
Black clips on
blue
on the peg.
The peg. Blue clip.
Red is on 6. Blue is on 1.
No, I'm not sure why Claire didn't take the contact. We have to ask Claire or we're at the end of the game. We've seen me join the game mid-game. Trevor, there might have been a breakdown after 1 back or something, and the lift is gone. There wasn't a contact. There was only a lift on offer. That's the only reason I could think of why the contact was turned down.
She's now got a long shot. Oh no, she hasn't. She's shooting at blue.
It's longer than you'd like, Kate.
Yeah. She's certainly working at it.
That looked a good strike.
And if we could swing round, she maybe has come in fairly close to black.
Yes, it looks like she's made sure of the 1 back load. That meant she was never going to be able to hold the rush on the blue ball to hoop sit, so she's elected to rush it over to the black ball to get the rush to hoop sit. So a good couple of ball movements there from Claire.
She was playing very nicely in the first part of the final that we didn't see. She went round very cleanly to 9 to do her 9.
So she's got a bit of cut on this one. It's the tricky boundaries at Cairnlea on the east side makes those delicate shots quite tricky. So there is some cut there, but it looks like she's played it very well. She's still got a tough roll in. That's a good 8-9 yards at a nice angle, and she can put the black ball up to the north boundary near Beepork. So it's a chance. Great shot. Absolutely great shot. Very smooth swing and safely through, and just a matter of Claire holding onto this break to the peg.
You make it sound simple.
Well, she's played the hopefully the toughest shot she's got on the break. That's a roll to hoop 6, and she got it absolutely perfect. These endings in this situation, when you probably weren't expecting to come back on the court with that situation faced, is very good disciplines of being able to self-talk and hold on to these breaks. They're never under control early because of the situation where the balls were when she walked onto the court. So you're just doing a lot of self-talk to hold on this and not let this slip by. So I've seen Claire play quite a bit, and I would expect her to pretty well finish this turn from here. She's not going to let this slip. You couldn't have played that shot any better. Yeah.
It's foreshortened, so you can't see quite how far black has gone, but it's gone that full distance between 1 back and 2 back, and she's got a nice rush on yellow to go back behind the hoop for a hoop approach to 1 back. Or not quite, very nearly. So has she got a running position? She thinks she has?
I think she has, yes. We saw Trevor coast through that hoop from similar position earlier on. And hoop doesn't look too tricky.
I've seen the referee go around banging them all in to make them firm in the ground so they don't wobble when the ball hits them.
Oh,
and there goes yellow.
Something happened on that croquet stroke. Yeah,
that's not quite
the
what
ball
she was
jumped,
intended.
or she didn't quite make clean contact because the red popped up and only ran a few yards.
Now she's.
So
What's she thinking here?
Well, she's given away a lift, and she realises if she misses this black, she's down on a ball. So she's just assessing: do I take this shot, or do I play it cagey and bury my red ball into corner 2? Is what I think she'll be thinking. Even if she hits this black, she's not guaranteed to finish the turn because she'll be taken off from the bottom boundary. Yellow's not great, but she's making the decision to take the shot. And that looks great. Fantastic shot there. So a couple of tricky shots, Kate. She's got to do a nice takeoff and then a good croquet stroke after it, because the yellow's not at 3 back and blue ball's on the eastern boundary. So whatever croquet stroke she plays, it's got to be a good one.
So what are you thinking? She does a short split shot?
I think, well, yes, because she's not going to be able, when she runs this hoop to the boundary, She'll do a takeoff.
Well,
Yes. Yeah.
Yes. So she won't have a rush.
She won't have a rush, and that's just the luck of hitting that side of the black ball. She'll be aiming at the middle of that black ball for a roquet, and she cut it to the right rather than the left. So you just have to wear that and make sure you get in front of the hoop. That's a good shot. And one big croquet stroke after she's run this hoop and taps on black. Great camera work from My Sport Low there. Thank you for that. That's and I think she's clipped. If we could ever, I'm not sure if we're doing replays, but it'd be good to see a replay on that. I think she might have clipped her heel with the mallet as it came straight to the side. Or it's a little bit of pressure and tension of the state of the match and the reward of the win.
Here's the
Let's see
replay.
what happens here. No, her mallet was sideways when it made contact, just about. The head of the mallet was twisting, so that's usually the head talking to you or doing something, and you know you're not quite settled enough to play the stroke. And she looked smooth and accurate and everything on her stance, but something happened on the last swing down that went through her mind at the last minute, which is never nice, but we all have that now and then.
Little piece of narrative came into her head. What if I miss this?
Yes, I think so. Yes, yeah. Or don't miss this, don't overhit it, or something, whatever it was, it's something. Yeah.
So now here's Trevor. Is he going for a cannon? No.
He's played like a little promotion rush to get the black off the court a bit. Just got to restock where Trevor's up to. So we know he's on the peg with the black ball, and he's obviously hoop one with the blue ball. So not an easy break to make.
He's got no pioneer at the moment, so nothing waiting for him at 2. He hasn't got very much space for hitting red up there. Will he aim to put red as... No, he's going to go away and find yellow and come back again.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good shot.
Yes.
So Trevor had 2 options at the start of that turn. He could have elected to play black and peg out the yellow ball, and then he would have been a 2v1, but Claire had advanced herself around to 2 back. Or he's felt, no, I can make a break from this situation. I will take this line of play and get the game over and done with and move on.
So he hasn't
also got a little
played black.
No, he hit something there, I think. The ball also jumped up in the air and took a bit of sting out of it, so he never quite got behind the black. Now, Trevor doesn't want a long run of this hoop, so he'll be pushing this ball right up to hoop 1, and he's very good at the shot, so he's either going to have a 8-inch hoop run or not quite in position, either or. Looks like he's got a slightly angled hoop, but nothing too difficult. Good shot. And controlled with a rush.
So the aim here will be to put black across at 3?
Yes, he's got a bit of room to get behind the red as well. So I think that's the correct line of play, okay? Black's a little bit short, but blue's perfect on red, so that's important.
That's what they always tell you, isn't it? Preference your striker ball. More
Yes,
important to have the
yep.
striker ball in the place for the rush than to have the load in the place for the load.
And yellow's nicely in the middle of the court, so the break building should be easy enough for Trevor to manipulate the situation to get a break all tidied up.
So in a minute, I think we might be leaving this semi and go off and maybe just peer in on the beginning of the other semi-final. This one is more likely to come to an end fairly soon, so perhaps we'll return to this.
Yes, we can always
see behind us.
Tune back in if something happens.
He's aiming to make a tidy. Go around to the peg with his blue ball and peg them both out. He's got black waiting for him there. So he could just finish in this turn. And the same, if Claire gets in, she could do the same thing. So we're really waiting to see if there's going to be a breakdown on this one. But in the meantime, on the other court, and you could see Lachlan coming over there, Lachlan and Robert Fletcher are duking it out in the other semi-final. So perhaps we should go to that and see how they start off. The score here is both players have a ball on the peg, and Trevor has run 3 with blue. And we're going back to court 2, where Robert Fletcher is playing against Lachlan Berryman. They've just started. I'm not sure whether either of them has run a hoop as yet.
Oh, well, Lachlan will be relishing this matchup. This is what all croquet players want to do, is get yourself into a live quarter-final, semi-final or a final and play the best in the world. So he's got his chance here in a single game to take Robert Fletcher on. So it's the perfect thing what you're looking for when you enter an event. Play the best and get yourself in contention.
Now, where are they? Yes. So here's Robert. Looks like a cannon in the corner. So the 3 balls are touching. Robert is playing red and yellow. He's rokied black, and black is in contact with red.
Lachlan
to send red up the court.
Lachlan and Robert Fletcher have played 4 times before, and all of them the win's going to Robert, which is not uncommon for players playing Robert. They played the first time in 2021 in this event last year, and they've also played 3 times already this year, which is an unusual stat with limited amount of croquet we've been having. But anyway, Robert's tripled 3 of those 4 wins as well. So Lachlan will have a pretty good grab on what Robert can do and is capable of doing. So I don't think he'll be holding back if he gets a chance.
So Yellow has just run the first hoop to be scored by either of them, with yellow. Robert on red and yellow, contemplating going back to partner ball by the look. Or is he going there, surely?
Can't quite see what the ball is in the corner to.
No, it wasn't partner ball. It was opponent ball.
No, it was an aggressive shot from Robert. Yeah.
And he has missed. So that leaves yellow. I think blue in contact with yellow. I think it went out on the corner.
Yes.
Long walk for Robert to go and retrieve his ball.
So an opportunity for Lachlan to take the first break. It's not an easy start. He's got a ball between hoop 1 and 2, but he's got to play a good croquet stroke first up.
So Robert will put the two balls in contact. Oh no, it is not a corner ball.
It looks like it was a corner 2 ball. Opening from Lachlan. Yeah.
Yeah, so he hasn't quite hit it into the corner, and he therefore but he will have to take a croquet stroke from the corner when he's hit yellow.
And we can see Trevor marching on down the back lawn there on lawn 3. Looks like he's still in control.
Looks as if he's going to 1 back.
Yep.
So here's Lachlan putting yellow out just shy of the corner.
It's a pretty good shot. Another yard nice. On the blue would have been spot on, but he'll take that.
So that would have enabled him to have a rush rather than having to spread across, which he now will have to do.
And I take it he'll roll this red to the hoop 2 and try to get the blue on the black with a rush to 1. He just showed that he's got some accuracy on the croquet stroke and the power, so there's a good chance he gets this. Again, it's like what you said before, Kate. The blue is more important than the red, and he just needs this somewhere north of the black, even if it's a long rush. You just don't want to be short on the blue.
Croquet north.
Croquet north, yes, and you couldn't put the balls out.
Croquet north is always. Croquet north means on the boundary furthest from hoop 1.
Yes, not geographical north. And red has gone a little bit past 2, but he got the work he required on the blue spot on. So you'd be very happy with that shot.
And that's a very nice position. And having his own ball on the far side saves him a bit of the wobbles.
And I've seen Lachlan via streaming quite a few times in the last 12 months, and he's good to watch. He gets on with it. He's got a good presence and temperament on the court. It's just a fluid style. He's certainly confident on every shot he plays. His ranking's a healthy 230-ish in the world. 200 haven't quite got in front of me. But he's probably a better player than that. His ranking isn't kind of reflective of what he's capable of. And when I had checked out some of Lachlan's stats, he's been only hovering around the 55 to 60% win rate over the last few years. And so there's not much progress on the wins. But it may all come together if he keeps putting these big shots out there. It may not take much to click over, and when he does, he'll be extremely dangerous. And he's certainly one of the players in Australia to watch. Well, certainly it's he's a challenge for everyone, because there won't be many people who have played Lachlan as yet because of the COVID era. And so it's good to have another face out there on the tournament circuit that's be pushing for titles.
Certainly taking it very seriously at the moment. He practices those competitive games at my club every Sunday afternoon, which Lachlan, who plays out of Ringwood, comes over, and MCC, he comes over to play there, and very competitively. We still have play going on the other courts. We have Josh Wilson playing Lois on court 5, and Trisha playing someone whose name I can't read on court 4. So there will be play after these semi-finals, but it just depends how long the semi-finals take, with what format the final will take. So I'm hearing that the final could be a best of 3, which will be very exciting.
Yeah, well, we certainly have time in the day for best of 3, which would be fantastic if we're able to cover a best of 3 match. It changes it quite a bit. There is certainly quite a few players capable of taking a game off Robert, or if Robert does make the final. Sorry, Lachlan. If Robert is in the final, certainly Claire or Trevor would be capable of taking a game off Robert. But to beat Robert in a best of 3 is a different kettle of fish altogether. You have to be one of the few players in the world that's, been able to do that, and there's not many. So again, it's exactly what you're wanting to do when you're into these events, is to put yourself against the very, very best player, and we have the very, very best player in the world right here in Victoria, and give yourself the perfect opportunity to play them and win a very nice title of the Brian Reither Cup.
Very beautiful silver cup. I can see that Claire Bassett is still in the shelter behind us here. So that indicates that Trevor is still in play. And where is he? We can't quite see him. I wonder if we could tilt the camera so that we can see what's going on the far court.
No, he looks like he's up to Rover there, Kate. It could be all over.
It does. So I wonder if we could move just briefly to court 4 and have a look at what's going on there, because this game could be coming to an end.
Yes, for the croquet tragics, like most of us or some of us, I'd like to see the the handshake, the kiss from Trevor and Claire at the end of the match, and the conversation, how it pans out.
Oh, look at that. Yes, that's clearly. We are about to see a peg out here. Well, an attempted peg out. So, yes. Oh.
Yeah, well done, Trevor. Into the final. Bad luck, Claire. It was anyone's match there. Just it's a shame it was an error that let Claire in, and then a shame an error that let Trevor in. You know, they were playing very well, and just those couple of slips kind of turned the match.
And here we have surely.
Yeah, perfect.
That was a very promising game from Claire's point of view.
Yes, yeah.
So that's one semi-final, and yeah.
Does Claire have another match as a third, fourth? Or do we have a third, fourth match?
There could be, but that will be against the loser of this game. Yes, they're trying to keep the play. Well, they're keeping the play going. If players wish to play on for ranking position to have another game, that's been encouraged. So Blue has now run 4.
Yes, for Claire to have not won that match from the position she's in, and you have to sit there and watch it and, you know, stew a little bit about it. That sometimes it's nice to have another game just to release some of that, because, you know, you drive home thinking, you know, a lot of things about what could have been and should have been and all of that. And sometimes it's nice to play quickly and get out there and try to filter out some of that, readdress it or debrief it later on. But if it's your last game and that's it for the tournament, it takes a bit of work to make that work in your favour.
Lachlan's doing nicely in this. He's got a ball waiting at 6. He's coming over to go for hoop 5. I think it's hoop 5. Yes. Where he has black waiting for him. So he's maybe thinking here to send his partner ball across to 2 back, which is why he's got red quite close by. Would that be right?
Yes, I think you're spot on there, okay.
He's really relaxing into, I am doing my normal break. I'm not thinking about how I'm playing the best player in the world. I'm just thinking about I'm playing a normal break.
The lead's going to be the crucial aspect that we'll be following, Kate. It's to get Robert to miss a lift, you need to have the distances right. You don't want any short shot on the lawn for Robert. And you want to be able to make a break yourself straight away if he does miss. So those 2 elements will be required. So Lachlan, he's got all the balls in absolutely perfect position, and so he should be able to get the perfectly. Well, it looks like the parity of the balls. It looks like it'll be a diagonal spread, but you'll be concentrating on the distances. So 1 ball close to the peg. one ball out towards the west boundary that hopefully may be wired from the peg ball, but not the most important bit. But his own balls on the east boundary, we would like them not to be too close to the fourth corner and not too far up towards the middle of the east boundary. So give Robert nothing shorter than 17, 18 yards from A ball and nothing shorter than 20 yards or so from B ball. So that'll be.
I don't think he's very happy with this position.
No, he's got the hoop in the way of getting to the black ball, doesn't it? So he's got to make sure he navigates past it, maybe just to take off to guarantee it. It's still rolling.
Oh, that's very nice.
It is. He elected to go south of hoop 6. It means he was never going to be able to rush black in towards one back. So he knew he was always going to have this hoop approach.
But do you think he's leaving yellow there? That may be where he's leaving yellow. He's put yellow there, thinking that will be my position for this leave. And then he'll send red up to the peg. So yellow is more or less going to stay near hoop 2.
He is. It's never good though to set if you are leaving yellow near hoop 2. It's not great to be making 3 back off partner. It's not the worst thing in the world, but when you had an opportunity to swap your pivot balls over after hoop 5, you probably would do that. He needs to play a couple of good shots.
We were surmising. He might have done his load on 2 back with partner ball, and he chose not to do that. He sent it up to load 1 back instead, which makes it more difficult at this point, doesn't it?
And when your opponent is on 1 and 1 or 1 and 2 like Robert is, this leave is not always necessary. A good diagonal spread will give you much the same result. And it's generally an easier leave to get right. There used to be a saying in croquet, a bad diagonal spread is always better than a bad new standard leave or a 2-4 leave. The new standard leave has to be right, or you're handing over your opponent a short shot. It's very nice. And importantly, that black is short or west of hoop 3 back, because it's any stick there. Because you don't always guarantee yourself out of a rush out of 2 back, even in the position he was in. So if you do have to play a croquet stroke to 3 back and get the red across as well, it's nice to have that black shorter 3 back where you can fall right behind it and rush it into the hoop. It's a good shot.
Ah, good one.
Oh, good shot.
So now he has got possible rush. It's quite a long distance for a rush. No, he's not rushing. No.
No, a little bit more power on that would make this red a little bit easier if he is wanting to set this red very close to hoop 4.
He may just be going for the diagonal.
He may do now, but it's slightly compromised by doing that. It means he's still making partner off 3 back. So he's forced to put this red across. He can still get a diagonal spread, but he's forced to put red across to the north side of 3 back. And for anyone watching in working on their leaves and seeing how the ball movement works for leaves on the first break of 9, it's a good example of why it is handy to either have your partner at 2 back, but just have that golden rule in your mind that you don't want to make partner a 3 back if you can avoid it. It compromises the leaves to a certain degree sometimes. It's all fixable and you can still get good leaves from it, but it's something you are trying to avoid.
So he still might be going for that, I think you called it 4-2 leaves, the new standard leaf, is it called?
I think he'll difficult to get red tucked into this hoop from there. You'd probably rush red towards the boundary and put it towards the peg, tidy up the black.
Okay.
This is lawn 2 at Kenley, so this is fraught with danger, but he's shown he's willing to take risks in his break play and shots that he takes on, his roquets, he takes some aggressive roquets, so he's certainly been in these positions enough times to be able to pull them off. So Robert in the background there rubbing his hands together. I don't know if that's for warmth, for relishing the chance that he may have a red not in the perfect position.
I think maybe he's just cold.
I think so. Yes, and then there's a short shot from A ball for Robert, but it still has to be hit. So, as I say, Lachlan's 2 requirements was to give Robert a long shot, which he hasn't been able to do.